Yo abusia, your celebrations bebre ye celebrate. Ewo African continent ni nyina so. Obetumi reduce sa celebrations ni nyina na odi abagana. Na me pese me bisa one very important question be. The question is there anything, any ritual, any ceremony ye celebrate ye be kase the entire African continent no connected with that celebration na ye celebrating na and again celebrations na ye celebrating no me pese ye hu se ye nimningina so ye nimne fapem. There is something called frequency donation, there is something called love donation, there is something called soul donation. Do we understand these things? Do we check all these things before ye open up to all kinds of rituals and all kinds of celebrations across the African continent and also ye celebrating Christmas, Easter, you can name them. Putting your tribal things, your culture, any your rituals now, you celebrating as individual clans or families or countries, you know. You were a particular ceremony be, rituals be. You celebrate a connecting ye na as black people or the black race, you know, together na. Sanyama we na me pesa yeshe. Ehu hiya. Say ye timi she bibi ye celebrate a connecting ye na. Do we have something like that as Africans or we don't have anything? Is there anything it's important to us as people to look into things that ye celebrating na so be will be or celebrating na will celebrating be then connecting with you, and that is where you donate your frequency, you donate your love, you donate your soul into that thing, into you will celebrate that thing, and those people will prosper and wo onipana won't yes na would frequency you will be drained. Ye want yes, ye was saying yama we mo ansana, ye besha rituals, ceremonies, yen fire ho enka ho, na yen vibrate woso. Ye vibrate wo Christmas so the more. Is there any connection for Africans? Is there anything na SSNka Africans na vibrate woso? Instead of Christmas, na some vibrate was ade so where will it place them? How important? And na and now say, here be here, say, Mudi BBSC wana mu celebrate woso, a kum at the bonnet, and now a share the money mukena, a kum at the papa, and now a share at the papa muchena. History who here, ye protect history, and I am forgetting ye movie on. And see, as I say, ye who here, because ye all kinds of celebrations, but ye nim where it is coming from, the origin, any at the core, ye donate sa frequency, no, edieguso. Ye will be BSS Africa for a year. Niama ye celebrating na a boa African continent, and I say, a year then. Do we have something? We celebrate in Crawford ye bebrebe. On the other hand, we Africans moved from our royal and Anunnaki advanced civilization to this. Yabe reducing your home and yes, celebrating all kinds of things. We are at our lowest point of existence. Sankanyesa. Any baby a yejina, kasembi wo hobing to me in country bibi ni da. Na wabejina bibi fuasa so na waka. Nanka ya abomination, but because yankasa ya drop it to the lowest point of our existence. Ebanisa ube ye cheap. Ebanisa na bibia ye fa free ye twifa usuti eti also. All races are rated above Kodaki. Black people. All races. Nkrofo ekra ubi omuni a omumbie omu was zero communication, zero language. Ye rate every race above Kobibini. We are named poor and sick. We have rather moved from light to darkness in time, even though we have the sun every day. And tiasiano enshada any home farm bibini. Sa anyama when I'm person me bringing your attention at the koso. Na ye shed their air koso ya brabum. If we really want to liberate ourselves, I have said this. The laws of the land governs the land, but it is frequency that manages the land. And without management, anything I will be, say ye pain, say ye tears, say ye laughter, say ye wealth. If you don't add management to it, it becomes useless. say your power, say your day, say your weakness. It all needs one thing, management. And management doesn't come from the laws, it comes from frequency. We need to make this statement into our children's brain and heart so they are able to redeem themselves. Today we are going to talk about rituals, solstices. And we are going to go through 3 different stages. A day for the light bearer. Na fe ya behwe solstices in Aquarius realm. Ya behwe no so then ye firi ho no ma ya behwe the white mass. Se wo follow bibi medical catch with awareness. That is when you don't throw yourself into that thing ignorantly. But se wo follow bibi without the knowledge, without nothing, you rather donate your soul or donate your frequency or donate your love. At the moment, you lose your identity. Because say the soul is your passport. And I make say your frequency is your identity and your aura is everything you need to keep. So one shas adie we now do we need to body nko the body will be a container or an energy like a battery without head. We've said this. Afiaso. It's almost December and everyone is getting ready for the holidays. Some people will not see this as just any other month from the Gregorian calendar, but they will see this as something big. Ebi be bobosia, ebi be free niyama, ebi be deka, omu be fi omumba school fees, ebi be tonku, ebi be tondro, just to be in shape for this Christmas, just because it is December. Afeno ekone wiye, afeno ekone wiye, ekwa ama wo, ekwa ama hwan. Eno nene, me pese yehwe. Ebi hu ni say ordinary month nkofo benye nsem bebre bronye ebetwam ana abusum we ebetwam no. Now with so many things in terms of enlightenment, the celebration of Christmas has been pushed out of our focus. Se see empo de menka se nyame adom attention na ye de ma no, it's a bit low somehow, but it's still happening because mbra ye mofra no na emuni ho ni ye di efufuo ni ya pesie ni ye nim se ye ho papapo ena ye bre ye nyemo ene akoko fosu ni de keke ka sa mbre ni po de na akoko ni yekum wo a wo ye adwuma wo fie no wo ye ade wo fie no na wo ne ye ma uniti ne ne nan ne ne kon no ani o enti emunu be di age Christmas wo be no coke age Christmas enu po ba ko ni ye hwie ma enu po no mu amuwo sika no ena mutumi to ye nim se na ye wuo ni ye sososo na nka ya pesi a ni ye di no hwemfe a ni ye di anse ye wuo ene de ayenum ye di esesi ye so ye claim se ya de ye ho ayaba so no eno so dia na ede ye sambre no ena na focus ni nyina awo so ena fe beduru baabi no efe de call nanim akoko abebu amu abebu abeye daily food abeye ye ndua ne nyina afi onti na afi nya amu biom na ba ya na fe de beduru yesu na aba abedu pastors appreciation ena ebeduru ya na do spiritual fathers appreciation bro nya ye ebe enkrofo be fa ho ye all sort of businesses. What have we black people got to do with this? What do you have to do with this Gregorian calendar in the first place? Not to think of this celebration. This is what I want us to get into it. In fact, that is why we even call it a holiday. It is a holiday just like Hollywood or Holy Book or Holy You or Me. It is called a holiday. It is called a holiday. When they say holiday, how do we even understand this? Pamucho. Go to me actual comment section. The reason for this editorial is to question ourselves. Is there a distraction from something important that an Obroni baby, a Virgin Mary, should be our problem for a whole month? Question me bisanini. Reason be woho. Entia Obroni ba. And I make us a Jesus. Ani Obroni ba or ye virgin. Obey ye problem for a whole month. Na ya prepare. Ni ya ye bibia ye ready say ye kwa die ben connection. Ena ewo. Na omo connection. Omo celebrate to get what out of it. And the origin ni free hifa. What connection do you have with it as a black man. It's just a question of minianum. Minianum na mejanum. I know. Maybe someone question. Tawon chawara. Obroni badi Yesu. Ane Maame Mary. Virgin, Holy Spirit. A gada carried it to me called repino. And then away without permission. Wanyan wadi. A dear ben na yensu ye woye. With it. These mysteries, and then no me pass a year expose. They are getting into it. I have been thinking, and I got some insight which brought me to one ancient occult reading of the solstice. Sometimes when you do some normal editorials about these solstices, na abeye normal, na abeye internet knowledge, Google ya na ewo, and you know, I don't do normal things. Me said I make kaniama boom, na ya arrive at a particular something. What will shake your brain? Na afi what thinking deeper. And no, and I'm new. The meaning of this spiritual practice is in its name. Solstice. Anyone who followed my teaching about Soul Invictus, our platform, no so one share. After this episode, you can Google and watch it. We'll remember how we said the sun is called soul in Latin. The episode is still on the platform. So, soul definitely has something to do with the sun. So, when you hear Soul Invictus in Catholic, it's simply talking about the sun. Our biggest problem as black people is SON and SUN. It has become a war. Again, I remember in my encounter with the Druid temple members in Britain, I did a video for you when I went there, so you saw it a bit. And that is where I got the World Star number 8 name from. Okay? When you look at the World Star number 8 and you look at the Grand Phoenix, it's almost the same thing. So don't worry about it. I met a master who was described as a Druid holy king. Because omo wo ho bebre wo de wani sa acha omo a unhu omo wo ko join omo so na wo ya aletwo enu susu unhia nkrofo bi because they read frequency. I have told you that frequency is transparent. Inti se wonam ho na wo benya obi na ya adwen papa aboa kora be hu se we ya adwen papa obeba wo na se wo ya adwen bone wo utirim na wo sere kora na wo ba na wa dress kama kora, your frequency will give you away. Inti se wo kohyia mpanimfo wo sunsun afam. Na se omo nye polluted. Na se omo ye nkrofo a indeed omo ye spiritual people are, they read your frequency, not your actions. Inti when you are humble in spirit, when you meet with these people, that is when you are able to reach out, or the big ones are able to reach out to you. So I was lucky, or I was privileged, or my energies was enough to attract the big ones, and this is one of them that got through to me. I almost say almost friend holy king in the Druid. Why is this coming in here? Now underline the word holy. Pacho, more Holy Bible, Holy Temple, holy, full of grace, holy, thou art mighty. I more holy, baby. So underline that word holy for me, because this could be the reason why we have the biggest holiday as Christmas. But the one year we share holy, now share Christmas. Who say omo will be in connection ti hold ye no sa wo homa me as we go e be ebeduru ba bi no wo de bebobo ani na nti ase abem. So then it hit me that when I asked about the purpose of the Druid holy king, maybe say a question. I was told he represents the death of the sun. The Druid holy king represents the death of the sun. So in my head I was like, the death of the sun? Why not the birth of the sun? Because no here. But we still celebrate the death of the Son of God and the birth of the Son of God. But now I have seen somebody who rather represents the death. So in my head, I was thinking so many things. The Druid Holy King is the master of darkness and the bringer of troubles. So I was like, hey, this is huge. You are a master of darkness and the bringer of troubles. That's so serious. And this is somebody that sits and they hold him in high esteem. And so because a chrome had you have to put up a whole lot and be so serious and be so pom 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 and so in my head, maybe to me see, I was quiet listening to them. But it doesn't mean that a holiday like Christmas is the era of troubles or grief. That is not it. Just a way shallow. Now be running that fast. I be do that level. There is another king who is opposite to the holy king, who is called the Druid Oak King. Ono so wo. Nti so wahu, medi kan ama the first Druid holy king no. You're master of darkness and the bringer of troubles. But there is another king called your opposite, Druid Oak King. The Oak King is the one who rises with the sun, the bringer of light. The coming of the sun is marked by many Druid festivities and merry makings. The coming of the sun. The sun SON and the sun SUN is being a problem for Africans for decades. But in this era, this 21st century, and at where we are with this Aquarius era, and won't put me a problem at all, because a lot of things asesa broso se intentional and a wuye bibi pa. SON and SUN should never be a problem for us. But as at how we are holding these things and the damages we are causing ourselves, what is important here is to understand every bit of whatever you want to celebrate. It is very, 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 very important. That is why copy and paste is what will kill Africans. Because internet spirituality will kill us. The reason being that anything you practice without full understanding and proper training of the rituals, like I told you the other day, so but the correct proportion, the mixing of the chemicals, the measuring, and it causes a whole lot of damage. Sankanyasa ka bibie ni wa ye betimi akasade we ye bone ana ye papa. But how we abuse opportunity na ye nia ho brase so ye besua de ye pentam e wo bibie mu obi beben sesi ye ben no oben wo ni intentions. Enti my said ya meka cho say a frequency ni ye transparent no onipa ni ben obi an intentions ene de obi so ben no so ni intentions nti obi wo sika otu ya bibi kakra bia na nipa no so ni intention ni nkofa pakpakpa na menye o pakpakpa ni yesi ho nti you can see a whole lot of theories e wo media ne so eye ye papa ana eye ye bone de ye practice eniama ye throw to people no ye wo hu nimdie fully into to a benefit ye say ye nim ye nimdie ye practice bia the result bi beba na result na de beba no e din frequency na de ma asase na ye so no, because that is what will determine whether we will live in our land peacefully and prosper, or ye be living in our land with struggles and die. But the mystery is not in the light and darkness, but in something else that the light and darkness experiences differently from the rest of the month, which is only experienced in December. So when you add what the ahodening na the koto light or darkness no so pair. Now when I with translations and the free pa, that is when it becomes carnal or normal or simple. Then ebanisana we ne etheric meanings and say ne spiritual mysteries no efim at the moment a mystery or the strength or the frequency of something is left something, that thing becomes carnal, and anything that becomes carnal is a temporal something, it will end. Say yantisade we say na ye say oh eye month no inti month no ne ye ko eye light inti yenka light asem eye darkness inti yenka darkness asem a eye problem, because ade achi wo Ghana ade asan wo America ni na ye darkness ni nyina so ye day ende adesa wa ha awia ba wa America eno so ye anapa awia ni mpo a enante wo planet no so no eduru ba bia it's a serve a different frequency a serve a different strength nti se wo nim na wo ye this calculations na wo kaka say awia bia ye awia anadwo bia anadwo pe. That is where the problem is. What calculating canally into wo benefit na ebeye den ebeye canal into no you don't calculate it like that. Abusia, let's embark on a spiritual journey as we train our minds with tough spiritual questions about the activities of religion and other enlightenment topics. Because yes, celebrity BBR. Recently, I went somewhere and I realized now we celebrate even Halloween in Ghana. We celebrate almost all the foreign festivities, you know, you celebrate Ghana. Do we have the meaning? Do we know the origin? Do we know the impact? If we don't know this, then then we will be donors of frequency, love, and energy. If we should become donors, then we will always be weak. So they will say Africa is a poor continent because you are donating BBR into your niche. So when they say Africa is a poor continent, mamuma yen deducing it to physical nyamape. It goes beyond that. Pe say yen nyina yedi kante sa de we ase nti ende no mama yen bisa important questions bi na yen hwe eniama ewom. For my name you know that my name ankasa e de Maame Grace, and I have a lot of titles and I have a lot of names. This is spiritual hour. Me nuanom abusuafo e man krankra bia afihia pa. Afia no ahia to you. Ti yegunsa afi bi esanya. Obi na to sa anwum no. Me man krankra bia kwa ba e de ba spiritual hour dwumedie kese so. And then we are going to delve deeper into rituals, celebrations, ceremonies. Eniama ye celebrity. E den na e connect e binum fa so be na wo so na yen so Africans no kaye wo bibia yen so e say ye celebrity I connect the entire continent no ana ye ni hwe yen gina ho ne yen dani donors. Eniama ye kohwemu no e bi na mabobo so e de ama wo no. We are going to talk about rituals, SOLSTICES. Emu akwaba. I believed you, 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 and I send you love, I send you love. I send you love wherever you are watching me from. I send you love. I send you love. I send you strength. I send you light. I send you energies. I send you pure energies. I believed you. I believed you. I believed you. I believed you. I do not bless you. I believed you. I believed you wherever you are watching me. If I believed you, I believed you. I send you light, pure energies. I send you strength. I wish you a nature day. And I welcome you to another episode of A Spiritual Hour. Today we are discussing rituals, SOLSTICES. And none ade aye discuss and I'm stages ye be komuno. Baby a wo a wo hwe me bia me ma wo afrihia pa because afi no abawie ya ne sa na omo aka kire yen and sa na ye koye nti mo me hwe niam bi a aye ni yen hwe sese ye kasa afi no abawie ya afi na no ahia yen bibifo no e fa ye ho ben ya ma ye bibia bedane bone nka tetimbre ni mu na ya santo am time anka meti here nka worth millions of cedis because of me afabo ana maho fesuo nanso ene ya meti here me ne wo kase obi ahwe me abu me bayifu abu me bronsam dada because of niama bebrebe yaji ato ye ho so asi ye ho so abesisi ya pampam asebe ye humi po ayentumi humi ne yadwene sa niama bi ne nne pese me no mienu ye hwe ho asem ne ye ka on this platform. I am the pride of our ancestors. And you, they smell through me, they speak through me, and they drop every particle of information through me to us. I am the goddess of Akabulan. I am the goddess of light. My ancestors find their pride in me. Honestly, Anne, Call me the grand phoenix, divine phoenix. I am the goddess of light. Call me Maame Grace. But on this platform, dear, you can call me the goddess of Akabulan. When I sit here, I spit mysteries to all of us. So, and then Mama who stay this so let's first take a day for the light bearer. Share no first. Pacho. The early Christians picked December 25th as Jesus' birthday, not because of historical proof, but because it matched existing winter celebration in Rome, Egypt, and Persia. Yes, awoda omo fire no, omo fa 25th. No man sorry keke no omo ko fire. Eye bibia na ewo ho. Bibia na omo celebrate. Ena bibia na omo celebrate wona mabobo a kire wo no. Nti eye bibia na ewo fapem, ewo nyina so obi, ena ebinom ko fire. Ena omo de beye celebration, omo de beye ceremony, and omo de beye rituals a omo perform. The date represented the return of sunlight after the longest night, fitting with the ideas of Christ as the light of the world. If I explain this one right now, I will be a demon. But for what is going on, it is you. It is your responsibility to think. When they say the Son of God, S-O-N, and when they say the Son of God, S-U-N, a problem I won't explain. It also ties Christmas to the natural cycle where the days start getting longer again after the winter solstice. I say in someone who baby sa 25th Jesus being the Son of God. And I say Christ, the light of the world. That way, the light of the world. We me war. We need our time. This Aquarius era, this simple thing, with all the education and everything we've. But ask yourself, do we have winter in Africa? So what's Christmas now, baby? And the origin infinity do you have winter in Africa? Who know winter in Africa? I know be celebrating the winter stuff like I mean explaining my. What has this got to do with you? Pamochong mi bisam. All the bishops and all the leaders, professors, amu krum amu celebrate adiwe me grace. Mindu baby amodu. Musku amuko ye nyina asama me ken pamocho entro bi wom. What has this winter thing got to do with you? African, what is this hot weather where you say emu? But ask yourself, oh, who will be how winter wahana? How essential is this to us as black people? How essential is Christmas to you, Obibini? This is just a question. Oh, nobody should get angry at me at all. And your question, mentiasie. Na me pese me bisa. Me kai Obibeka say winter was South Africa. Check the time and the date and check the ahode na ewo ho. Ah, check. Yes, fi Israel. So Christmas has got nothing to do with them. Mama yembra from I was interacting with a top theologian who also belonged to a society related to the Catholic and said he was preparing for a few events in December. The big ones in Christian fraternity love me so much. The wise ones, they love me so much. So I have opportunity to talk to some of them. And they respect me, papa. Inti we na me need nkomo na okacha me so omo rituals omo be celebrating me enu ni ade we me ka ma no to mudi na me sure sometimes me I can look at you like me to me ahwudi. One on December 13th and the other later is candle mass in February. Ono na oka say e de kire me ma ye kom na metie no. I didn't ask much or membisa no questions because I knew he was talking about two religious masses. Nti man bisa no questions bebre because me person metie nsam fi wa me bisa wasamo me show din na mama wakasa bebre so that the wo bi abeyi apie. St. Lucy Candlelight Day and the 40 days and 40 nights after Christmas. When the year two rituals and I said two celebrations now or say or prepare na why no but me bisa no questions bia. And in my opinion, both have absolutely nothing to do with us as living in our part of the world. Say a yati as a fire tia be before asasi so hey de baby a ye wo oni petuntumi. Ade mienu no kan ni nyina me hu say emfa ye ho. So my question was, then why are we doing this? Inti omo kachre omo die enti a omo ya na, because omo die omo nimade na omo leading crofo no to celebrate no. Inti omo achire ma kire crofo na te ase say oh die tie bia ye penisa ye be celebrate, and they are just leading the people, and now omo akasa so omo nim na we nante e wo mitirim. Why? Because the whole thing is about climate and the movement of the sun during the day and night. Medical culture said there is no night and there is no day. It's all about the movement of the sun. So free ho no ma na kane na free ho. Say dan ya yeti mu sesi e. Esumuni ni ba bia e move ko. Esumuni tim die tim. Sun no and they keep moving. Inti se ba ha not the light of the world na ba o move free na o ko ba bi fufura na yakọ back to dia yete na wosumuni. So for instance, St. Lucy's Day, Lucy is like Lucifer. Oba ye Lucy, no be ma ye Lucifer. So St. Lucy's Day e yo oba enti na ye Lucy, ke yo be ma ke be ye St. Lucifer's Day. We wo Bible mu enemi benya asem. It simply means bringer of light. Yesu nankasa e kan o say the morning star, and I say o ye the light. Bronsam ankasa so kan so ono so ye the light. Nti eno de aka no maminja amamu me passing bia. But it is mind bending to see people name their daughters Lucy, but won't name their sons Lucifer da. Because unya koka Lucifer ya semba Lucy there is a beautiful name. You see where we stand as people. Small understanding is killing us. This is why we've become enemies. If your daughter is Lucy and it's fine, why won't you name your son Lucifer? And yet the same thing. What's the difference actually? Mr. Ramoa, what is the difference? Why won't you name your son Judas? And can you Judas and can you all we need to do is to investigate all the things. Because before they pushed it in our throat, now we had zero knowledge. Even their language, we didn't know. Even Tree Bible, right? It's a German who translated it. Because at that time, so we come back to old ancient days. You will see how kings are harmful. Any ahima, ye yomuntuma, chichire omayase, di omutina classroom woduase, echire omo. Brofuka. Enti se won schools ni bi da so akikeduase a ye case bi yete yeso a say ye revisit ni ye hwade na nka ba bi ani bie yadu asori kure fiduase na school da so woduase mbi hu kwa akiri asori woduase is the same case, school woduase is the same case. That is where they started your ancestors. In fact, not laborers so ahemfo no omo de omo started wo eduase. All we need to do is to make great investigations with the knowledge we've acquired and make a great change. Your ancestor was aware of this change. Growth itself is change. It's nothing new. Growth will make you change. Baby, I'm an American. I'm first crowd me post me say, hey, Michelle, wait. Like when you grow, a lot of things change. Into Nana was aware of this. Into your sister, no what's the son who be into Namentia comfort Wagana said that. Your ancestor told you that embrace the son, no what's the son who be. Say, said ye frack and tenny idea in a say system. A command sada. Into me, but yet to me, the abosom not better than them free running. I am not getting it. But in all, it's a choice. And your choice is what do you say? Now this is Sayaba Wabrabum, and now better about one another were two for. Because it has the same meaning. Just that one applies to a boy and the other to a girl. So Lucy and Lucifer is the same thing. To say if you Lucia, it simply means Lucifer, light bringer. St. Lucy's Day is an European Christian tradition that is observed on December 13th. It simply means celebrating light and the coming of brighter days. Inti yes celebrate wa asoro ho. Mpacho we ye eno no enye bibi serious bia. Paucho predominantly celebrated in Scandinavian countries such as Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. Mo amowo ho no ade am enye history, enye secret knowledge bia ye open knowledge obi anim. Because in these countries during winter it is the only time of the year when they experience long nights and the sun disappears for so long. We nye hwe eye common knowledge akola aketo akora anim. Ena ye nuanom na omo wo ho no. Omo nso omo experience ade we da bia. Enya ade bia ehu. Nti sometimes no eya na ahomte na eya ye nimguase bi style bi how we are yes ade we ya pampamu chechirenche and giving all sort of drama about this. If you are watching me from any of these countries, you can actually write your comment. Ade we mo experience wo ho. A simple thing no. When ade obi no obe kan bibia be hye ne che, we is nothing. So, the name Saint Lucia, which means bringer of light, symbolizes the joy of seeing the sun after a very, very long period of darkness. Nkrofo no mo wo Denmark ni Norway, ena ma Sweden ho no. Omo na we form ho uti kurom ha. Uti Ghana, hati Nigeria, uti Niger. Ewi akete kura se wan so eyi your friend is saying fan ensi nsu anawu. Me maton nantwie nan da. Na me de nchini free Ghana. Ekọ Niger. Ekọ ton wo ho na ma fa nantwie de bia hye nantwie nan dry na ewo kurom ano. Ye ne ye start say ye ton sa de no. Nantwie ne na ye hye ne nchini na ewiem ne ye de 3 days na rebare na wu no na awo. Ewie ye esi hoi. Uti Niger, who celebrate Christmas. Media na mbe kanchira na mbe didi matem. Sa wo hwe me se madwene nya adwuma. Me nim se de amehwe wo because me nua no me ntumi pon kanchira sa wadwene nya adwuma. Me fere me ya uraba. Me ntumi kasa. Wei asem ni nyina ni o. Bro nya ni o. Ede en winter na wo experience wo ba bia wo no. Me srew. Nkokọ afọ winter aba ho. Pamucho wale tamale nori fuodo pamucho anyanyambia aboragatanga me pamucho wo winter aba mo ho question o pamucho wo winter aba ho no mo ana sa wo obi a wo Europe ba bia mebubo ye ya unimia mike. The day is very short and the night is long in this period, and so when they see light they become filled with joy. Again, waiting concern you. Waiting actually concern us with this. Ye winter wa ho. Obi say winter was at afena mbisa on. Is it the same time? We asema ye can fa ho ben. Sometimes these people watch us and they laugh. Ine madam fubi. E kasa ye last 2 weeks e wo Peru. Wasre misa madam fubi Turkish bi. Ena na ye kasa about spiritual bath ne ade. Ena na all kire de enti a omo Turkish no. Omo de petals ne ade edware. Na ye de ye eti muranim. Nti no na ye almost sire misa ba spirituality de almost sire of tata ye guye hu ani mase. But ye wa hoden aye di defend aya na ye says social media ne so na ye te no ye dem a ntumi yenim se ye wiase ni nyina na ye de abom baako nti wugina sebe kafra fa che me wiase nyina anim na wugu hu anim ase ye ndwe nko saa area ho asem we ya me kirekire mu wu bibini efa wo ho ben omo hwe se niam we ya na omo so nkrofo we omo ye fu nti bibia ye de beko bia they see us as promoters, free promoters yen san jisika bibi omo de baba ha bi ye be promote ye be donate frequency ye be donate ye love e de atoso ye be make sure nti omo ba ha e be ye donation no omo ntu ya ye hwe kura the saddest part of it. Historically, the date was aligned with the winter solstice in the older Julian calendar. Julian calendar, marking the shortest day of the year. Enti minu e bibini e, misrewo What have you got to do with the Julian calendar? Mr. Where are question? Write what you have in connection with the Julian calendar in the comment section for us. We want to learn as an African. Their festivities typically include processions where participants dressed in white robes with candle crowns carry candles through towns and communities. Me pacho omo di saa fashion na and omo celebrate saa afe na eniama omo ye na maken nti white na ya mo hye kwa asore ne ade ni na pacho me mamu me breaking it down ama ye nyina ne candle na amumu bi no soso mo kososo no ne nyina ni o se candle kora so ya another case eno so aba red candle, black candle, blue candle, so candle, fashiha, fashi we hwina no, fasi ha, wapampam, so bisi utiri ho. Ebi so say, ya abayisam, wo so candle a, wo yo jensam na ye bebrebe. Say, aya hom to ankasa e wasasi so. There's a reason for every celebration. And there is a mystery behind every ritual. So it's a big problem. If you copy and paste and you are doing all sorts of rituals in the name of spirituality, you will donate your energy and love without your awareness. You are finished. Many are and I make an so be on all ya dear no dear. It's okay. But one and one more bo. It's a brony yabe. Who programs are hold. Setups ahodoɔ in the name of Christmas. And I'm literally if I will bang. So if I want, you're ready to learn your open platform 0244860092. Revelations platform enye advert. Inti no nipa ba to me besi so de bia sorry na osisi ye mbo advert. A educational platform. Inti teachers different baby theories ahodoɔ ye hwie ni nyina egu so. Na wa hwɛ de resonating with you. Nti platform is open and it is for free. When who shows a hodo, and in Crawford or Mubeye. And I make an a being who say a normal man to da. On Bacco pass a mamma, he be a school January na school fees in Lithium. Na ya na January ni meaning so mo the chalk could be to I mean to me. A movie, a jina hope we say now wants to see a best show. Now what you will need temporarily. Pass over a rade. Ombekwa about 12 so aba ho so beyema ade emfa wo ho wakotam we yaso wapampam ni obrebebrebe sei eye de be important nti pepa mo cho we dem fa ncheme asofo ni bishop foi wo hwe bible mu a ade a bible twuro ni bebrebe pa ya asafo mpanimfo no yesu wo ni nyinara asofo mpanimfo ni nedi mu akotene nti mesra mo we de mi bisa mo nti ade we ye nim na mu nim ana ma hyeda. A question to me, you're ready to learn. Call me wherever you are. Because sometimes it's so shameful. Then the candle mass, which is also called 40 days and 40 nights after the Christmas. And also so let's look into that. It falls on February 2nd of every year, and Christians only use it to celebrate Jesus as a historical event. 40 days and 40 nights. And also no. But in secret societies, it includes candle blessing rituals and teachings about divine light entering the world. The candle problem, one day me sort it. Obi curtains she say ya me mama room ani bi so ne de ne da mu nyina ahye. Candle ne so na nkasa mpacho. Senya na nsenya anuanom kamihu Ghana flag candle da. Esro ne ye red, yellow, green, na star ni boom. I was like, wow. Oh ya shon yakuyeni. It is part of the older cult activities by the Sun cult that started early secret teachings about sun enlightenment. So if you were a Christian and you are worshiping the Son of God and you claim you hate candles, it's a problem for me. And you, a spiritual person, who is also not in a cult, The sun cult, to be precise. Why are you also lighting up candles? Can we give ourselves education? Because me sun cult, but me work candles all over. But because I'm the sun goddess, so that the candle sitting there represent me somehow. But in your cult, but what is called at the moment you group the people. Into we become group na mo group ya sorry them nisu bis to me so candle come pam chode and we need enlightenment. Into ye before. Yen follow am saying. San na connection be with us and no na person yes. The important question is, how do we observe the African Sun movement in December? Adie we na kese say yes pepe. Yes papa. And I make no sun ni pie wo mo wa frequency de ko ye different, appearance de mo strength de mo ye different. And a sun ni pie wa han so you and I can testify. In fact, the universe itself is aware that where we are, the frequency no be ma ye different. Obobo ye tiri mi te sapo egu ye tiri so. And odin dua bebre be sisi ha ma ayen. Said ya obe protect ye brain no because onim the strength obe show ama ye wa ha and o ma ye skin na ye wo no so. It is a ye kwa celebrity sa de we ya de omo ye ne omo nye ne pe. A question. What impact do our days and night have as Africans? Ana e mata enti ebi ni ha enunti na sese ye celebrate ebi no mu de ana. All these are questions so obia bi mfu. Mo obia bu mfu magado jikula ntinyo. Omi akafu. E ma binu. Omi akafu at all. Your questions na mi bisa. Mesramu. These are important questions, so we don't blindly follow and blindly celebrate things that have no direct impact on us or our environment. So our questions when follow without awareness. That is when we donate and they harvest the more for their benefit. When we are really donating unknowingly our energies, our love, we are donating blindly. We are impacting others to be great. Obi oni shikura me ye impact no wa be ye great and then na baby yete na na yete he ya no ma be ka kire say ye poor ye sick ye nhwehwe baby a poverty ni fi ni ye nhwehwe baby a sickness ni sufri na ye hu ni ye nya hu bibi de on be ka bi I say yes amasa. We are too loyal and too faithful. Let's look at solstice in Aquarius realm. I am not forced to enter into a mystery school teaching with this. So we can pick both educational and practice examples. We are not rushing our school at all. We are not, because it is not business. Until we are not rushing it. It's about light and frequency. So we will move and align with the universe and the land or the earth. So we don't get any reactions. So we are not rushing. But gradually, I will be dropping a bit of information. So like I said, I'm not forced to enter into a mystery school teaching. But mema yenina kakra. So we will now explore the exoteric essence of the solstice, bringing an Eurocentric winter ritual and why we need the shift that comes with the age of Aquarius. Sebronya nimpo na mudi nimpo no. That nimpo amudi no. Ehho asem no maka kire mu no. Na nka sesie ya nkrankrofo movie aba mo nimi so no. The way anka nimpo esese ye di chese, you see how baby aye wo behind. Nanso ye feel say ye nimni de da aye. Obi twi adwe agina so nipa ne ye bronsam. To change our preconditioning into just accepting anything, ye betumi aye way na yakoye chi ne yahwe mre esesa hu bi one sister ka tro say mre esesa hu bi asa ka tro say enkropo do so ye ntena fa akonje anim guase nso nipa ba akote osum ba akomu ebre fibroid age ne yefu nyina aboso wanya 32 years obi ne wo be wo no wa hyew wo ose wo nya wedding dia menwo fibroid age wo yefu no aboso because o te fa akon anim guase na wo page say yeti asore won ye nware ne ye twempena na obi ye nche ye nya ni hu ba to konyim na omu hu pa enu de ne nyam ni afira wo dem ho ne atopa na ekoso Ya samuni ye mobile ma wodwen ho a wan hwa ntumi ntia fe da. It's about time we grow. And if we must grow, we must drop dogma. And yes, I did the no kwasem ni mo bi edu mfo wo mpa ye boy me bisamo me sramwa me pamocho all the bishops all the mpa ye mo boy what has it changed? Even prayer cathedral mpa na nyame betinim, they couldn't pray for that project to get to a better end. E die be mpa ye mo boy pa de na aye me pacho hwan na abo mpa ya wan nya adwuma wan dware wan didi na na bra boye se de etia ko ye osofo bi osi on didi for ages me se da komo na mo an watwa ahwe egu nhwehwe nimu se ye pese ye yia ye pese Africa ye yie ne ye koye nima e se ye drop dogma mahu se de a Dubai aye omo nya Muslims omo nim so beja asase no akohwe ni ama omo ye hwe ni ama omo ye e ya dwen sakra ene den sakra ye ebe nipa abrabom say yenya yadwen a oh my God, this same code ya me kan sese yi e wo Bible mu o say ye wade nyina ho kwan enso nya ade nyina na fata yen ye celebrate Christmas wa sorry dem ho e fa wo ho ben e fata wo ho kwan se obetumi adi nanso bibisa wo say fata wa na say ye wade nyina ho kwan nanso nya nyina na fata na nche say nya niama ni nyina na sese wo ye ese wo hwe de fata wo they are quotes omo de bekwa akohwe bone omo akohwe mpenatwe ho nso mpenatwe ni de omo twini wo secret ye okay. The solstice is simply a natural event that happens in winter countries. That's the first thing you should know. Obibini buro nya na ma kire mu akire wo. The winter solstice, which is the backbone of Christmas, is the time when the sun reaches its lowest point in the sky in European countries. In the European countries, so you African, what has this got to do with you? Enti wakoba bosia ko firi niama odo ho koto oha bebre mu amaje efe ka ne betumi adi wanima na abese wa brabo. This happens once every year around late December in the European countries. For 3 days, the sun appears to stop moving. The daylight becomes very short in Europe, and the night becomes very long in Europe. You can go and ask them. Omotewo ye wo ho bebere ye bebia ye wo ho bi. This has got zero connection with you. Me no take room ha. Ghana ha. Ti adan na wo ko bobosia because of Christmas. Who can turn to mama unti aware yigu. Asofo, why are you promoting this to put unnecessary pressure on people? Why are you putting a program together for people to donate? Oh, now hampers ayema, they give you cars and everything. Oh, mad driving big cars. Oh, and start say sorry or to the and I'm just asking why you are promoting such a canker. Because you are well educated than I am. You can't tell me you don't know this. Then you are a pretender and a wicked man. You are not a man of bosom. You are a man of God. God is truthful. Is that not what you say? So why all this? Why all this? In many cultures, this moment was understood as the rest of the sun. But here in Africa, we hardly feel it. Ensuo tompo, ensuo betumi ato gidi. Ensuo dete ya na awia no pan na ye hyehyehye. Winter fa wo ho. Winter fa wo ho. Ewurabe yi kura oba Revelations yi oba educating ya sunsum na wo winter season o hye ne winter jacket. Were you people not laughing at her? Na wo celebrate wo ye winter celebration wo so ye nka wo sen. Acho we dey your question. Mesremu a efa wo ho ben. We can go through a whole decade without noticing anything like that. Winter and fire. So if we vibrate towards this, we are just donating our energies, love, and soul to empower somebody's. What has this actually got to do with us? It's just a question. I wish I can explain a bit. Me try, but me hwede me. Menti ase you. Intentional and say yenim. So wa wo hwa asem we no ya hyeda na pacho. Abusia. Se me se meka akwa akira anka minyaya. Anka na omo ka se ye the Bible na be deceive ye no. They will also go back a little bit and explain better. We no obi na waye ni codes e no de egu ho. Eyewu na obema na deceive you and I say deceive you. So who celebrate where this is when the deception comes from. Now what software was nim we now see asori them who encouraging Crawford to do this. That is where the deception comes from. We don't understand the codes in the Bible. Until when people are making noise about the Bible being deceptive, because some of the translations na monso mo de manaya na ye bit ade amitete mu sesi obi ote abrochire bi anim enya fe na okofre fortune teller ansa na waka we a kire no wo sofo a wo so wako school we ye common knowledge a wunim nti minim die nti modi we nyina ato nchen na mo personalize ade we as a persona. Now we need to say a graphic event be like minim why. But Europeans feel it so clearly and visibly and begin to see it as the period when the sun dies. They just don't understand this but they experience it physically too. At this time, the Druid Holy King is given his time to reign and perform rituals to sustain the people, protect them from death and diseases. Do you know how to perform these rituals as a pastor? Inti nka mo yemfa ne say mo de se utwi sunsun mu winter kola de ba yemfa ne sa se bibia mo de ni bibia ye sunsun asem inti fa ne say wo de watwe sunsun mu winter e de aba. The rituals they perform there, they perform to protect people from death and diseases. I sorry them wo to yare afiri ho. Let's say you don't know the rituals. You are just taking advantage of the condition or the situation. I didn't knowledge na wo about this. We na me be so. Do we have the rituals? Do we? This is also seen as the death of the old cycle and the waiting for new light. Nti no mu wie bibi. No ma start bibi. Minuanom. This was called the rebirth of the sun. Why are you personalizing the sun that is sitting up there? Say you nipa daseni. You don't understand codes. You don't understand symbols. You don't understand tokens. And this all they are no any handkerchief, any oil see wa woton, and no need token na wunim. Yewu. Nti say ye celebrate Christmas ni ye kwa asole hwa. Rituals been ye no. On the morning after the third day, the sun rises a little higher than before. This we wenya ne nansa so omobo na sendiem no wi na ne nansa so no osori fi ewufum. Problem. This was called the rebirth of the sun. I've told you, this is the coming of the oak king of the druid magician. Inti sanka ye follow this trend ne na ka yenya benefit because obeyi rituals ebe protecting crofo no na yi omo afiri owuom. Inti nka yenya sa rituals no na Christopher nya sa benefit no. All the spiritual people almost take advantage of the Christmas. Almost your groupings and they need the same idea. Why won't you put up a proper ritual for that? Come the proper rituals need be better. Me the two what say a pa ebesu or chatters. At this point, let me say this. I am a very patient person. But dear Michi ya dear Bako. Don't play with my intelligence. Edrona medema autism mofra no kame ye nipa bonini a anka me na me discover yo nya me na me ye but me discover edro. The only thing I add is the dosage enti na ya mema wutwa abofra na nim picture na wo de ama me na ma kire wo dosage no but me ye so plain to extend that me send obia the link about Eduro no say go and read about it. Who read it about it we now you convinced send me wo ba nanim na koto na me ma wo dosage a wo de be ma abofra no me ye we for free me nji obia 1 cedi 10 years omo mo kasa ya dempo kasa I do this for free oh me nji obia 1 cedi aden na wo waba na wabetie ni nyina awie na woton you don't have the ability to measure the proportion. It's my gift. Eduro ni de nyame na me ye nti senka me peska anka meto eduro ni na abesi me office na wa label no so wo ho na metwitwi ho kama na me de asi wo na anka maton ama waboden na me dosage na I didn't do that. I just give you the link. Go and read about it. Purchase it. From wherever you can do it. Just send abofrani face for me. Na me ma abofrani dosage. And na wo wu na wakoto na wo ton. How do you measure the dosage? E de man kwala no. Hwe se ye beti wo wiase wo. Ye nya de papa da. Because ye wade bi all the sika tope na asai. But wo di odo ya eno e na de nkwaje ebre nipa. Why are we so poisonous? Me baby amedru me na me de akato me ho so say me ye impactation. And na me ye man koto amegu me de ba free. Ucha abofra ne picture so na me de dosage ni kan wa me ye ni free. What is all this? As I say, wakofa de we ya woton. Do you have the ability to give the proportion? Ye senya ni ama papa nyina ye betumi de ama aboa ye nyina ye ho no ye be meni ato ye yem ye de awu akọ. Because ye nipa bonefo. Ye ni brade. Ade we mi ye ni free. Na waba line so na wo so abeye na wo ye na afi wakoto na wo de awu ton. Ni ability to do the measure. Aden nti sese obi wo bibi obeka enkrofo bebre woni ama omo de ahye omoto o because wo kokan na obi afa ho wayi hu free mo ya manipa de sede ni akomapa eya adekora na afi wa be beta won se me papa me ye sese me makomete wo ton na de ye mabufu ni sese oton ma omo na so omo ye na enkwa na waka to se twa oba na ni picture ko mama Maame Grace no nya ka me ba be bodua Mommy and Shaya Brabo you. Yanyasa, Yanya, ye be my life are difficult, Eddie Amayen, honestly. And ye be Diana Yaton, and ye be Diana di Pesca. And you're too serious. My men to also, when these things happen, now all king of the druid magician, you know, and so they take you over, it means that more light is coming, more warmth is coming, and a new cycle has begun. And no one amusi Yesu ewu asori abrabo foforo de keke kan ho kan ho omo ni tua ade amike ya ade esi physically in the western world. What has this got to do with you? This natural event inspired many spiritual stories around ancient Europe. It gave birth to many spiritual rituals and celebrations associated with it. Ancient Europe ton nanka obi beka say o kan say Egypt na Egypt ni say ya make Egypt na wo he e wo moto say enkrofo na omoto wo no kura omo say o kasa omo ye Africans na omo buafu na obi mo kasa. Why are you talking? Is this not in your Bible that the Egyptians you see today, you see them no more, you still believe you are Egyptian and you are Israelites? It's like in Ghana. Maame ma example way. When there is doom so Fanisa, who dey tie the American? So we say, what Africa na we do celebrate Christmas. Maame ma this example, natural says obi yes ade na obi hu ni say what's up. When the light goes off for 3 days and you wait, then one evening the light suddenly comes on. There is so much joy that you begin to hear a roaring noise in the whole of Ghana. Meboa, tamadum so ba ye. Hey! All shall pass indeed. Eni amesio shebre ye ndi nkaso bibia wasase bia wa wie yampa. Dum so ba ye no. Hey, baby esikafo kakra wo mpo generator ni to ta. Hey, ya bro. Ye wo history. Fani se sa dum so time no mo dum kanea for 3 days no obi ko store mu na mu nyina pro. Asemasi we are seeing na ye door. This is the only time in Ghana that you hear that collective scream of joy. Says light to do bar. That is when I connect. It's so loud and electric. Obeyed it 3 days. I do so time no. So imagine this happens every December for 3 days until the fantasy are making. Say doom sonny see every 3 days. Eko microphone ma say untumi movie ekroma yedin ba nyina omatutum adwuma nyina tutum because fanasa say bibi say e Ghana ha. So on the last day of the 3 days, when ECG turns on the light, the whole of Ghana screams. Nti fanasa me ma example bi. And everyone put on their fridges, start cooking. The bars open. The streets suddenly become busy, and there is suddenly mass activity. Fanesa, sa dear way, doom so na dear no. Na ya dear see 3 days every afibia. Not for example, ya mediama we in account. If this becomes a historical event of ritualistic significance in Ghana, where people prepare for the event of the light out and the moment the light comes on. Na se de bia ye na fibia na ebeka ho a. What has this got to do with those in Europe and America? Acho where ye question ma obu nfu kwa. Se wo Ghana na sa adum so ade ya meka se ebe koso. Na so bi wa America no so agere ne hu no screamina or no so aso ne fe no yes no ko no ba pacho wo hwe se ni pa no abegin se de na eye no abusia misra wo be hwe se de na eye no wo be hwe se bi a deep down inside my kidney wo be hwe se wo ko lotusu ana so wo hi abusia we ye question na mi bi so example no na mama no me break me down. What has Christmas got to do with you? Obibini. Asema mike nyine. Se what say? Almost say light na so na ofro unu yampo ye Ghana ni wa America. Na light na so na Mami Grace light na so na mo America me start na yeah. O hwe de na besi bisu 1 minute bete hwe. A police be fam yako. Wa wo hwe a osofo. Ade a wuye. Pa chewo. Edi o yese nya kura o. Sa de we na ma example no. Wa we hwe nipa ne say. Should Europeans and other countries that do not experience this suddenly start celebrating Dumso? Adi esi wa na nka ho enfam ho. Na mo so start so mo so celebrate Dumso be hu o mo say. The idea of a savior who dies for 3 days and returns with new life has its roots in this solar pattern that begins with the solstice. This is it. The point is very simple. Abusia. This is very simple. Oh. Nature shows us that light returns even after deep darkness. But we in Ebi before Kuromuhai in Africa don't experience anything like that. And fear is none of our business. Why are we protecting this? Why are we protecting Christmas? And Superman is celebrating Akweside. Why? We are yet to even notice the longer days and shorter night during these periods because our sun behaves differently at where we are. We don't even notice it sometimes at all. Different connection. Is it that we don't know? And I be anyone as Africans are the best celebrity. Benefit. This is a message for the sky watchers in Africa. If we have any, I said this is the message for the sky watchers. We are making my 2 months. Obibe pay with social media and so a sky watcher or cast up a mumbisa in a certificate. And for the minds of religious people that unless we introduce some Aquarian mindset, TMEA, to these things, we are just zombies following without impact. We lack sky watchers in Africa. We lack them. Ne bibia ye copy ne pesi nkrofo a wo pese wo kan no kure di ntro ma wo bre pa na ye before. Because yan kasa ye nka no kure nti suban na wo ye mu ne de measure obia sema oka. We and if you are not time, Bibia is not happening. Now, let's look at the white mass. When we criticize blind religious activities like Christmas in Africa, we clearly can't say the same for Europe. So what you say? Say you criticize it, and fire who, but want to be in country Europeans so say inform. Just imagine a time when technology was low and electricity had not been invented yet. Wucha Europe hono mutena na ebe yesen. Mu amuko Europe ache 30 years ago, 50 years ago na mu mba ye na muto hono. Wuche sesi said de what tenate any start time numpo a etisen. You are living in a cold winter environment where there is no artificial heat. Ye nya bibia wo kromu afofo lefo. Ka wo pe eyi a wo bie wo window na enframa aba. Sa wo posho wa wotumu a ye nya bibia afofo lefo. And they kromu a kiosk kora na air conditioner boom. Minim say no nti na mo celebrate Christmas, mo create winter no wode ma into me. Your only hope is the sun. Omo a omo te ho no. It warms you and keeps your crops growing so you can have food. The moment the sun delays for one day, there is a problem. Your farm crops will die. That's your problem. It's not your problem. Your animals will die. Your family might die of a cold. Omo de nkrofo omo de omo ba to me wo London. Oyo bema. To omo frɛ na adom. Ana akola no oyale ni skin. Anyway, na mse me de fa ba nto me ma ne yale o. Me passem. Fa ne bra. The kaya na omu fly akola no na omu de na ba behwe no e ho de unosi ni besi ye wo de ye no ko me nka cement na ho asama me ka asam foforo na akire ho e ba ne sa na awia no kofo ma ye bigger problem for them that those days. Everything goes cold, slow. Obi ani je so atete sa mbre no wo omu kuro mu ho no niam bebre koso e wo omu abrabom at that time. Eniamasi omso te sese dia dum so ba gan na nkrofo bo ka nkrofo ani gu ase ne ade no fa ne sese a time no ade esi omso e wo ho no sese ade ni si wo mo ho a enti no untumi nka nchiro bibini se Christmas mfa na wono nkoka nchire Europeans so se mfa na wonti na mi chire mu yi a chire wo no. Winter will intensify and the coldness will be extra frozen for those in Europe. People will be sick with a severe cold and will be dying. If you don't believe this, coronavirus is the evidence. And you hit now what happened to save a lot of us because you are observing, you are discipline. Into young cry and fire, so you pass it through it. And then you are caught on a man for kidney, and you ding, you measure we lack management. But omo e si omo so a de enti omo celebrate Christmas ese omo celebrating na me kire won na emfa wo ho no eno na me kire mu a kire won. Just imagine life in Europe in those ancient days. 3 days without sun and heavy extreme winter. No food and pure darkness. Look at how some animals said the omo to me befie. Oh, America, the way some of the animals, no, more Michigan near the adeno, said the animals need to me befie near the ademo, more remote areas, Kakrano. Na winter, see no more children will move over to me PA Abba, na a riano a quiet soon, and a mutual nature our life for Christ in danger, apart from everything I will go through. No, a boy be to me the activity if you would anima where would I bet you worry. Until look at what they were going through. We were not part and fear. This is a reality of the sun for them, for the Europeans. The sources is physical for Aborofo, but it also has a psychological meaning. As some kesiesi, me can't say, dum so na eba na ebi numu ka omobo omo ansori bi omo. O bodum so so wan hwa obepopo. It will affect your mental health na esa na home. Every person in that zone goes through these times when energy is low there. When the mind feels tired or when life feels heavy. When the minds feel tired and the life feels heavy and they have no hope of light or sun coming to save them, it's a bigger problem for them. These are both inner and external winters. Your body, environment, mind, and psychology are in dark, cold place in Europe. Not in Africa, not in Ghana. What has Christmas got to do with you, Minia? So that bay and a war bibini, of course, I what day, I was see was so cheche, apart from malaria and acho, I affair to what in Nudi Chia Wapa or Hokawashi. Wherever I obey, if I will obey that bay and I what they do this level. I celebrate Christmas. How? So the other crop way and no money. In this moment, something in them becomes quiet and dead to them. Their very soul dies because their inner God gives up on them, those in Europe. It doesn't concern us. They may feel lost or disconnected from the world. A small hope of renewal is Christ to them. Hope of salvation. And no, Europe for us. Where are Europe for problem? This makes the inner solstice the stage of deep reflection for today's European, who now have light, electricity, and industrial foods, hospitals, etc. So you see why they should celebrate this. And can you celebrate slavery? Slave trade, and can you celebrate no osofu? What has this got to do with you? We are kete the entire washe coat to chain. I will quiet pampe. I will dinner winning. I will near how I drink. I do wakoshe coat to him. Who created winter by force? So you can do pastor's appreciation. You can insult me. I don't care. It is the time when they pause. BBI is static for them. Breathe and wait for clarity to imagine the pain of the ancient days. That is why they will celebrate it. As their ancestors waited for the sun to appear. That is why they take this day to rest and enjoy. Say, dia mi na nanumu ko muma omo Europe fo na eka say yo. Di omo na nanumu ko muma omo sa mbre no. Ah enda di omo so light, omo so heater, ene di ekeke kan omo na nanum ko so much mu for them. And sana and the omo benya all electricity ni ade omo nkom biom ti what they can do for them. And it's omo be celebrate Christmas e dey please omo na nanum a omo gina asa ade ni mu protect asase ne ma omo. Wo bibini efa ho ban e na wo ankasa wo celebrate na wo do vibration new frequency na ata akiri wo wi a na wo gina sorry dem mo pe passport akoho ade na wo hwehwe passport ni visa nko heaven preku. When you understand this, you stop seeing yourself in the shoe. Unye European for you to celebrate Christmas. Wo nana wanko gina wo bi emu ama e na wo nana ko gina emu e say we celebrate as a black man. Na wo celebrate a eyema wo ana enye ema wo. If you don't know your history, you don't know where you are coming from. Who baby so abeko da. Ntina mo ebi before mo wander in the land. You celebrate what has zero connection with you. Mo be brat and said ya mo bre. Mo so amose mo mpe no kure ye nyina etim. You cannot put yourself in these people's shoes. It doesn't concern you. You can't do that. It's none of your business. Leave their Christmas for them. Leave their Christmas for them or ton or so for. Spiritual people, you know, to see a Christmas program. Leave their Christmas for them. It's none of your business. Obi baby sasa na yen nanke yen celebrity. And you, let's do this again next week. You will be able to celebrate ana ye ni hwe yen create a winter by force. Nti amahye jacket coat ni ade winter ben na amahye. Some baby a brainwash na koduru. You already send ade asesa wo ye se wo ye obibini. December wi ane kora pia wo connection a wo mu no ni nyina ye beka ho asem. Me de wo si ha next week prepare na me ne umi enu ne yenhia ne yembisa nkrofo bi asem na ye expose ni amabi na woda na wadwen ho your life belongs to you wokọ abrochire no wan hye slit ne kaba wan hye ayi spaghetti ankokurum ka wo be frizi wo hye de omo hye wo ho adan na wo ti kurum na o hyiwi wa hye supporter a hye boxers na wasan hye trouser na wasan de belt afi so wa hye singlet a hye shirt asan hye coat asan de tie amia wo minim wo ye sure say wo dwen correct na wo san ye dede asan so microphone ene nkofo no sam pin na wo gina na wo nsa ukikem mental illness na yen take ni serious ntia sebe kafra ye nyina ya bobo adam ba ye sentade enti obi ehu on dwen dia makan hu ye woni da sende ye bekan asem de ye fe ho ye connect ne ya hwe eda ho ya to atwene ye bra ye bri ye nim hu bi ana ye nim hu bi makram